Well, there's several things you can do to minister with when you recognize people with mental health issues. The first thing is always just be present. Now, what do I mean by that? Being present? Just listening. We all need to be seen, heard, and understood. Seen, heard, and understood. So when you see someone with mental issues or you see someone struggling or says it to you directly, just be present and listen. That is always a first step. We talk about in mental health, we talk a lot about how people may not have a support system. And especially if you are, digitally, when we're in the digital space, that's hard. It's hard to maybe cultivate authentic relationships. And so for us, serving in a digital space is just to be present and listen and maybe ask open-ended questions. And for some people, it takes one question and the floodgates open and they just start sharing how hard it is. And then sometimes you feel, oh, Holy Spirit may be nudging you to say something or maybe give advice. What I tell people, I encourage people is, yes, check that within you. Pause and say, okay, Holy Spirit, what are you saying to me? Is this from you? And what are you inviting me to do in this space right now? And sometimes it might be saying something. It might be to say, oh, that sounds really heavy. I'm really sorry you're going through that. That's just a simple statement of care. And then sometimes people feel, well, I have a resource for them. I have a suggestion for them. Again, pause. So it's have a listening ear and then pause. Notice that there is nothing hard about that in theory, but for some of us who are talkers and we want to fix people's problems, it may be a challenge, but that's something to practice. And I use the word practitioner. I'm a grief companion, but I'm a practitioner. I'm not an expert because I'm not an expert at keeping my mouth shut and listening. So we're being present. You are listening, and then pause, and then ask, Holy Spirit, is there something for me to do in this space? And then the last one would be, if you believe Holy Spirit's inviting you to say or give resources, ask this. I have some resources if you're interested. I can share them with you or not, but I wanted to ask you first. And you notice through all of that, that's the first time we actually say something. So that's the practical steps on how to be present and minister to people that are experiencing mental health issues.